Yeah, I think a major theme at this year's Beet Retreat has been adoption of programmatic for activating CTV, and we heard from all the major holding companies and also some of the independent agencies about how they're increasingly adopting, DSPs, or for lack of a better word, just technology to better control frequency holistically and to activate against audiences. We're also seeing, the major premium publishers are putting their supply into the programmatic marketplace. Disney Plus a few weeks ago just opened up from PG to ad biddable and PMP. And so, yeah, we're absolutely seeing increased adoption. I would add that Freewheel released their first half video marketplace report. And as far as where we are as an industry, about 35% of CTV today is transacted programmatically. So we're making progress, but there's a lot of room for improvement and a lot of opportunity for brands to buy in. We've also seen that 80% increase year over year in audience-based strategies in TV. And interestingly, a majority of that is behavioral or strategic audiences, which represents a shift away from kind of the traditional demographic-based approach.
Actually, along those lines, so what is Yahoo hooked up to in terms of demand? Is it just is it specific I don't know, demand side platforms, or do you have your like direct deals, or how does that work?
Yeah, Yahoo's integrated with really all the major publishers with the exception of the walled gardens. And there's lots of different ways to transact CTV, whether it's programmatic guaranteed, which is more akin to IO, or biddable, which is more akin to scatter. But we also see a lot of upfronts are actually transacted on a PMP biddable basis, managing toward those endeavor and commitments.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So what typically is the catalyst that moves an advertiser to shift from IO or insert order to programmatic?
It's always comes down to a cost benefit analysis. The marketer wants to understand, if I'm going to increase some of the costs and pay a DSP tech fee and maybe some additional operational costs, are the efficiencies gained going to outweigh the additional costs? And so, we often do exercises with our, big advertising partners and agency partners to look at who are the upfront partners on their plan, what's the investment level, and start to understand what are the estimated frequency cost savings we can drive by managing everything toward a holistic frequency. Or in other words, how much additional household reach can we gain for the same budget? We actually had a recent case study with a major upfront advertiser. They took 5 of their big upfront partners and moved straight from IO buying directly to PMP, and we were able to drive 36% additional household reach in CTV and also 57% less overlap with linear using some of the linear TV data sets in our platform. So we know it works, but it's getting over that mental hurdle of the cost.
And also, there's been a lot of studies recently about attention, and with people looking at their phones while they're watching TV or looking at a laptop or tablet. And I understand you did your own research on attention with CTV. So, and what did you find in that study?
Yeah, I think attention is something that we need to address in the TV marketplace. What really was striking and stood out was that only 63% of ads are served to a room with someone in it for more than a second. And if you go a layer deeper than that, only about 33% of ads had what we call active attention, which is someone is in the room with their eyes on the screen for 2+ seconds. That's not that great. And so, really understanding what drives attention is important, whether it's, day part. Prime time is always going to have highest attention, most likelihood of people in the room watching the screen. Demographic is a huge driver of attention. We see attention falls off a cliff for younger demographics. And so, audiences want relevant advertising. And so at Yahoo, we're focused on really maniacally on scaling audiences, having high match rates with our agency partners, solving for identity, and we're also focused on creating creatives, better creative solutions for CTV that are going to serve up a more relevant message based on the audience.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Is is it your role as a platform to advise advertisers on creative changes they can make that may make their advertising more compelling? Or
I think it's everyone needs to contribute, right? It's everyone's role in the value in the supply chain to really to help marketers achieve their objective and to provide good experiences for consumers. So absolutely.
well, finally, Beau, looking ahead, let's say the next 6 months to a year, is there anything that you're looking forward to, or perhaps you'd like to see happen in this space with CTV, programmatic, any other issues?
Yeah, well, I think AI has been a major theme this week as well, and we're really excited about incorporations of new applications of AI in our platform that really interesting make humans smarter, right, and allow them to understand what strategies are working within our platform that they can bring to other platforms, and again, just kind of up-leveling the whole ecosystem.